guys, today's video is about the deck, the Soul Mirror Oracle, which I was gifted by one of the loveliest people in the community. Didn't ask for permission to mention them, so because that would require some thinking forward or something like that, which I don't have many of the times when I make my videos. So I'm not naming names, but it was greatly appreciated because this was the deck that I didn't even know that it existed. I just saw an image of it, literally just the box and the some cards on the back, and I just knew that this is gonna be something special for me. I don't know why. Because I'm more not using Oracle decks as much anymore, so I can't say that I was on the lookout for an Oracle, but something about the art style was immediately just speaking to me. I like this type of a collage art, and this is a blue angel deck, by the way. There's, I don't know why, but I really like the fact that there are like gold text around the box. It's such a small detail and I don't even know why, but that makes the whole artwork of the box look like an actual artwork, which is the artwork was done by Anna Novaes. Oh, I'm sorry. These are the creators, and the artwork was, like I said, done by Anna, which I'm not gonna butcher her last name again, but Sunshine Connolly. Oh, that's a lovely name. Sunshine Connolly. I like that. Sunshine. I don't know if it's, like an actual name, if you can be named Sunshine, but I'm assuming yes. But if not, still, Sunshine Connolly sounds just like a lovely name. Okay. So, first impression. I have the flip through out, so if you just want to see the cards, just go ahead, check the description, or check my channel, because these are posted at the same time. This is the back of the cards. It's the size is the typical Oracle lengthwise, but widthwise is, I would say, just a bit more, let's see, wider than a regular tarot card, which I have. No, okay, it's more, but not that. It's still, I can still hold it like this easily. This way, though, because I have tiny hands. So the card, how the card looks like. You have the artwork, and then you get a keyword, and then two lesser keywords underneath. One is coming, how it's described is the negative one, or the left one is coming from fear, and the other one is coming from love. So for receptivity, we have dissatisfied as coming from fear, and grateful when it's coming from love, which is very good. I like that system. I have something similar on my I will have to make those cards some point. Just I made an Oracle deck which is triangle shaped, so it's a nightmare to get a printer because I couldn't find one that prints triangle shaped cards. But for the system to work, it's the best. So I'm still not giving up on that deck, because I will find a printer who will like make triangle shaped. I know that there was one playing cards, but that was in the US, so it was not possible for me to use. But anyway, so I like the keyword. Most artworks are black background, but not all of them. Some are very interesting. I mean, this is shadow work, and the fear coming from fear, or the fear element is negligent, but the love element is loving, which I don't necessarily know what they mean. The guidebook gives you enough text. It's a beautifully done guidebook, by the way. Blue Angels really does boxes and guidebooks and all the rest of the cards as well really nicely, which I always appreciate. I don't have many decks from Blue Angel, but I know that all of them that I have, I'm always really satisfied with how they look. The cards are not numbered, so you have to go by, alphabetical order. And which card are Shadow Work? Because I was like, let's check another one, but okay. So you have enough text, which I think once you read them through once, you will know, because it's just like what is shadow work and how you work with it. But most of us who read cards, we know that already. And those who are just starting, this is gonna be enough for you to read it, and then you will, get the gist of it, and then you can just use it without really needing to open the guidebook. But what I suggest is there's always a part of reflection where which you can use as a journal prompt. You can use it, just make a note somewhere. That's what I did with because I use this deck in my weekly readings now as a main energy, and I find that these reflection questions are very good to start you think about the meaning of the card or why you pull them, the reason behind those things. For example, for shadow work, there's 2 questions, but they are long. Or 3. What wounds from my past or present are preventing me from fully expressing my authentic self and connecting with divine love eternally or externally and within? It sounds very like, ooh, light and shadow, and it's very spiritually, but if you think about it, you can just, if you're not into those things, because I know some people who are, subscribed to my channel are not necessarily spiritual in that sense. You can just check why you are not who you are, because we all have a sense of who we are. And is it an external thing? Is there someone in your life who's making you, not necessarily, by force, but just by their presence or the way they treat you, you just act differently than who you are? Or is it coming from you because you think that you're not good enough? So if you don't like the, spiritual, higher, whatever aspect of cards, you can still use it. And if you like the artwork, obviously I do. I mean, one of my favorite cards are Destiny. It was one of, I just love the artwork for this one. I don't know, it's just so simple, but this is something that I would definitely put it on my wall as an artwork. And we have cats. I mean, look at that tiny kitten. I miss my cat really, I like it a lot, and I miss having kittens around. So that tiny, tiny, tiny space cat would be something that I would love to have. But there are, like I said, not everything is black. There are some that has white backgrounds, and some are less real life, or no, realistic. This is like more of a, I would say, like painted or a drawn image, because most of them are, I'm assuming, based on actual people or, actual pictures. I might be completely wrong, I didn't check. But this is learning, which I find it very interesting, and the keywords are rejected and accepting. But the artwork is very interesting for learning. There's like, the universe is like, is it preventing you from seeing something, or just making you use your other senses? Like blinding you in a sense that you don't look at something the obvious way. because that's blocked, you have to use others like your hearts, your feelings, your emotions to access or assess a situation, which I find very interesting. Yeah, I like wish. I like wish with all the flowing hair and butterflies. I just like the movement of the cards, and most of them are, the backgrounds are stars and galaxies, which is my thing, yeah, definitely. So yeah, and the cards are gilded. It's some places the gilding was already missing, chipping away. I don't think it's gonna be really horrible. I don't think it's gonna lose a lot when I'm using the card, but I don't mind. I don't care if gilding is chipped. Actually, I like it because it just shows that you actually use the cards. It's not easy to shuffle, not just because, for me at least, because I have tiny hands, I have to shuffle it like this, which I never do, but because the cards are still so new that they don't, you see, they don't slip easily out of one another. So it definitely is the kind of deck where you have to use it for a while, for a certain extended period of time, and then it's gonna get broken down or broken in. I don't know if I showed you the back, but I really like it as well. It's not reversible, but there's no need to read the cards reversed, so no need for that. But yeah, I think that's it for the first impression. Obviously, if I have enough experience with the deck, then I will post a longer one, like an actual review of the cards. I have a few decks that I have to film videos like that about. That those are gonna come in the next few months when I have time to, sit down and gather my thoughts about them. But yeah, if you didn't know the deck, I was looking at the cards, so that's why the plural. Give it a go. If you like the artwork, I would definitely say. If you don't, I think with most decks, if you don't like the artwork, there's a really small chance for you to really get along well with the deck. It happens. I'm not saying it's not. But if you have it around, or if you have a friend who has it and you have a chance to try it out, do try it out, because I did a reading with it for a friend, and it was just like so much information coming through, because I don't know, something's evoking my soul when I do a reading with it. So I definitely think that was a meant to be deck for me. We will see. If not, then I have a very, very pretty deck, so that's not a bad thing. But yeah, I hope this is useful. And if you have the deck, please do let me know how you find it. What do you use it for? Because there are some cool spreads at the beginning. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye!